Hello. Today we're going to continue our lesson on percentage composition. We already learned how to do the first part of the standard, how to determine the percentage composition by mass of a given compound. And we remember percent composition is a percentage by mass of an element in a compound. The second part, we're going to learn how to perform some calculations based on percent composition. So let's take a look at what a problem would look like. How many grams of calcium can be recovered from the decomposition of 75 grams of calcium nitrate? Well, step number one would be to find the percent composition of calcium in calcium nitrate. We want to remember our formula: percent composition, the mass of the element, divided by the mass of the compound times 100. So we're going to look at this at the molecular level. We are going to find the percent composition from one molecule, that's calcium nitrate. How you do this? You determine the elements in the molecule, how many of each atom, the atomic mass of each element. You find that calcium will be on the periodic table, 40.08. That is the average mass for calcium in atomic mass units. And then you'd multiply those, so one atom with 40 atomic mass units is 40.08 atomic mass units. We had two nitrogens, and so on. So the compound total mass, 164 atomic mass units. Now we are working this whole part on the microscopic level, on the molecular level. We have the formula for one molecule, and we're finding the percent composition. So we take the mass of the calcium, divide it from the compound total mass, times it by 100, and we have found that the percent composition of calcium in calcium nitrate is 24.42%. So the next step, let's go back to our problem. How many grams of calcium can be recovered from the decomposition of 75 grams of calcium nitrate? Well, our knowns, what we know. We know the percent composition of calcium, 24.42%. That is known. We also know the mass present, how much we have, mass of substance. We have 75 grams of calcium nitrate. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look at our percent composition formula, and this time, instead of looking microscopic, we're going macroscopic. We have a macroscopic amount. We can measure out 75 grams, and we want to know if this decomposes into calcium and nitrate, how many grams of calcium it would be. And we know 24.42% of our substance is the calcium. So let's do a little algebra review. What I did here, I took this formula and I substituted it, X and Y's for these big long words. X is the percent composition, Y is the mass of the element, Z is the mass of the compound times 100. I did this because many students can easily do this algebra but have a really tough time doing a problem where they have to solve for an unknown, where they don't know how to, they have trouble setting up the problem themselves, how to translate from a word problem into a math problem. So I substituted percent composition, the mass of the element, and the mass of the compound. And what I need, what my unknown, I know the composition, I know the mass. My unknown, what I'm looking for is the mass of the calcium. So that's what I'm going to solve for, the mass of the element. So I go, and first thing I do is I want to get the mass of the element by itself. I first divide both sides by 100. These 100s cancel out. I'm left with x over 100 equals y over z. I'm still looking to get the y by itself. So I multiply both sides by z. And so I end up getting y on one side of the equation by itself. I isolate it. And y is equal to x over 100 times z. Well, what does that actually mean? Well, what's that going to mean is, let's go back to our unknown. Y is our unknown. Y is equal to x over 100 times z. Well, y is our mass of calcium, our unknown. We solved for the right thing. X is our percent composition. Divided by 100 times the mass of the compound, which happened to be the calcium nitrate. So we can just fill this in. 24.42 divided by 100 times our 75. And if you'd like to, go ahead and do the math. And the answer to this one is 18.31 grams calcium. Now, before I celebrate and move on, I'm going to double check, does this make sense? Well, it does to me. We have about a quarter of the compound is calcium. The compound's 75 grams. Half of 75 is 35. Half of 35 is about 18. So this makes sense. So I didn't just go on and look at what the calculator said. I made sure that the answer made sense to me. Now, the problem gave us just 75 grams, which only has two significant figures. So we should probably go with that 18 grams of calcium. And you are all set.